Okay. I was surprised this time seeing Lacey Chabert, who played in Mean Girls as Gretchen, isn't that bitch? Who she also makes a reference in this to that movie, as in this character must be Gretchen from that movie, because she says she must have went to high school because they show a clip of Lindsay Lohan in a movie on TV that they're watching, and she makes a reference to Mean Girls. Um. Anyway, this movie is a Netflix film, which I was surprised because a lot of these Lacey Chabert films that she stars in are usually Hallmark or Lifetime, mostly Hallmark. She's like the Hallmark queen, princess, whatever you want to call her. Because it's all she does now, all day, every day. She just does those happy-go-lucky movies, which is fine, but I would like to see her in other stuff. Like she was in the movie Scarecrow, which, granted, thought that was not a good movie, especially the ending. She played in a movie called Imaginary, I believe, or Imaginary Friends. That was a Lifetime film, more of a psychological. I kind of like that movie. Of course, the ending I don't understand half of it. But this, I mean, it's another one of those. It's a holiday film. It's a comedy, fantasy, romance. It's a Christmas movie. It's set on Christmas time. Pretty much, it's when pretty much a young widow magic scarf, magic scarf, brings to life a dashing young snowman to life. Can he help her rediscover romance, laughter, and holiday cheer before he melts away? And pretty much the movie, I don't know, like it. The movie, like overall, it's one of those character doesn't think magic is real, then the magic stuff happens. Oh, this magical being appears to them, then they have to try to keep their identity, safe or whatever throughout the movie. And I'm just going like, this has been done before. I'd rather just watch Jack Frost, which they call this guy in this movie Jack. Granted, they don't say Frost, but you get the gist of who he's supposed to be. Which I'd rather watch Jack Frost with Michael Keaton, because that's a more heartwarming story than this, and movie than this. I mean, the humor, like, the only good thing about this movie, aside from, Lacey Chabert's, doesn't age much, still looks good, is Craig Robinson, who plays the freaking sheriff in this. He is the highlight of this movie, because what he does, he plays like this paranoid sheriff that likes to make stuff all dramatic, and like he like I got more laughs out of him than I did the guy I played the snowman, Dustin Milligan, which I thought he did fine. I mean, everything's like very foreign to him. He doesn't understand. So he learns very fast. Lacey Chabert's character, Kathy, I'm sorry. Pretty much her husband years ago was sick. He died. Many years passed. She's kind of like not a grumpy woman, but like a very depressed lady, I guess you can say. Like she lives in this one house and it's falling apart. Like her thermostat doesn't work right. She has a hole in the roof and it's leaking through the living room. She owns like this cafe, which I like the fact that this town is it's a very close community of people to where, just the fact that like supernatural stuff happens by the end, and people are just going with it. Like nobody, because spoilers, like when people find out, oh, that Jack guy, he's actually a living snowman. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, he's still a good guy. Like, I, you know, I thought the movie was trying to do a thing where I thought it was gonna maybe do something different where it has she falls for him a bit, but then by the end he does try to pull away and say no because he does. I thought it was gonna do that, but then it just falls back into oh no, they get together by the end, and he becomes human by the end because just because we can't have the movie end on a downbeat, sour ending. We can't have our character learn to love, you know, people, and then like I get like she's all closed off because of what happened to her husband, so like she's emotionally turned closed off. She doesn't really. She tries to keep him at bay, the Jack guy, at first. And then by the end they get together and oh like I just thought that the lesson of her learning to love herself, but then also learning to love another person and herself by the end I think would have been better and not have this thing where she gives because pretty much by the end because this whole movie really is the sheriff is pretty much the villain if you want to call him that because pretty much Craig Robinson's character, Sheriff Nathaniel, pretty much he, by the end, catches the Jack guy, puts him in jail. Jack's melting, and he thinks he's a spy, literally, because he has no fingerprints, so he thinks he's a spy. And that whole scene right there was funny to me because he's just like not believing anything Lacey Chabert's character is saying. He's like, spies can manipulate their bloodstreams or whatever, or their body heat. Or isn't like the way he acts. It's not even like the way he. It's the way he delivers the line of so he has so much seriousness in the absurdity and ridiculousness of which he acts because he that you can't take him seriously, but he believes what he's saying and what he's doing is right. That's what makes it funny to me, because he's so serious about it. Like he stands firm on it, and he has like his one deputy. I don't even know his name, but he seemed like a decent guy, but he was just like the butt to the sheriff's jokes. Anything, like he just lets him walk all over him, kind of. But yeah, like the whole. So I didn't like the lesson is not learned because they they get together at the end. So it's like, oh, she was pining for her dead husband, and she explained she was trying to learn to. She has to learn to love herself before she can love somebody else. And then when she does do that, we're gonna undo that and make it where Jack's about to die, but then he doesn't die. He comes back as a human, and then they go off to Hawaii, and then the movie ends. And then I say, this movie was pointless. Like, how does this even work? This scarf that this woman in the store gave her. All she did was order it off online, I believe, is what she said. And then she gave it to Lacey Chabert's character. And then Lacey Chabert puts it on the snowman. And then during that night, he becomes a real person and streaks throughout the town. I did also like the one scene where there's this older lady who lives like in neighborhood, and like she sees him outside working on the roof, shirtless, and so like she like crashes her car. He goes to help her because he's such a people person, and so like he tries to help her get her car out the snow, and like she looks at him and stares at him when he's done, and like staring at his six pack and all. And she's like, "You need to come to my house." Like I don't know, like the way I like that scene where it was funny. And then she has him fixing her light bulbs with her friends, just staring at him, because that's what old ladies do to young dudes. So yeah, the acting in this was just fine. Again, the highlight, my I would say the only positives I can give this movie is Craig Robinson as the sheriff, because I thought he was the funniest thing of this movie. Lacey Chabert was like fine, like she does dramatic work, sure, but it's she plays like a lot of these broke down, like depressed, or I don't even know how to, like, oh, I just got out of a relationship type, or I'm grieving over the loss of some. I mean, I guess it's relatable, so that's why. But I don't know, like, or at least like she played a detective in one of the Hallmark movies or Lifetime, whatever. But I was surprised this was a Netflix production and not Hallmark. It's actually directed by Jerry. I don't know how to say his last name. It gets an 88 on Rotten Tomatoes. Why? A 5.6 on IMDb. I'm sorry, that's too high. It really is, because this was not. There's no way. I'm looking on here now, and it says. Oh, okay, it's not. If a Netflix Christmas movie is successful, it usually gets a sequel, meaning a second Hot Frosty film. Why? The holiday fantasy romance going answer mysteries. Yeah, like how he what's wrong? What's up with that scarf? We need to know how what. Oh, we need to know who built his sculpture. No, we don't. I just assumed it was one of the townspeople. Can we not get a? Can we not do this, please? Because this was a bit torturous to sit through because I wasn't having fun, and if anything, it was kind of an eyesore. I mean, again, it's fine. It was shot nicely, like decently as usual. These Netflix streaming services, films, but yeah, we don't need a sequel. That wouldn't even be a sequel, because if they're going to do a thing where, I don't know, unless they do a prequel, then they call it part two. Like what? Hot Frosty 2, but it's a prequel. I hate when they do that with movies. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this. But it's just a time waster. Again, if you like Craig Robinson, you know, in Hot Tub Time Machine or other movies, give it a watch. Give this a watch for him, or if anything, just watch the clips of him on YouTube. If anybody even did that. But yeah, I would not recommend this. Even if you're a fan of Lacey Chabert now, like she's done better stuff. This is not a good lesson learned. Also in the movie. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and share.